So now let us find the formula to calculate this angle theta for this hinged plate. Okay, so we will apply some mechanics principles for finding this angle theta. Now if you see, this plate was initially vertical. When the jet strikes, okay, it is slightly swinging, okay, through angle theta. Okay, so that's why after striking the jet to the plate, okay, it comes to the new equilibrium position, okay, which is given by OB. Okay, so now if we apply the equilibrium condition, okay, about point O, that is taking the moment about point O, the sum of moments about point O will be equal to 0 at the new equilibrium position. So you have to consider all the forces, okay, acting on this plate, okay, and taking the moment of that forces about the point O and taking the sum as 0. So let us see the procedure. Now it is given that x is the distance of the center of jet from the hinge. So it is x is the distance, okay, which is same here at the center. Okay, OA dash is same as OA. Okay, x. Okay, and the complete length of the plate is h. Okay, h vertical. So here x is the distance of the center of jet from hinge, theta is the angle of swing, W is the weight of the plate. Now there are two forces acting on the plate. Force due to jet of water normal to the plate. So Fn, if you see in the figure, the normal force, okay, after the plate comes to the new position, that is Fn. Okay, the normal force you have to find from this Fx first. Okay, so Fx, when it strikes to this plate, okay, vertical plate, Fx is given by rho a v square. That formula we have seen, rho a v square. So this rho a v square, okay, it will have two components. If you resolve this Fx along the normal to the plate and along the tangential direction to the plate, then you will get the normal Fn. Okay, Fn component, as you can say Fx can be resolved along Fn. Okay, so Fn is nothing but, you can say, Fx into cosine of this angle. Okay, cosine of this angle. So this angle is again theta. This angle is theta, so this angle will also be theta. Hence Fn will be nothing but Fx cos theta. Fx cos theta. So Fn is Fx cos theta. Fx is nothing but your rho a v square. So Fn ultimately from the diagram you can say it is Fx cos theta. So it is rho a v square cos theta. So Fn is nothing but rho a v square cos theta. Okay. Now if you take the moment of this Fx about point O, so it will have the length OB. So it is Fn into length OB. Okay, that will be the moment of Fn. Similarly W is acting vertically downward, okay, through the centroid or through the center of the plate, and it will have a distance x, okay, from point O. So it is W into, this distance is not there, you have to take the perpendicular distance. Okay, this perpendicular distance will be nothing but x upon sine theta, or you can say x upon this angle, sine of this angle theta. So W into x upon sine theta, okay, is equal to, this is clockwise moment, is equal to Fn, which is nothing but rho a v square cos theta. Okay, rho a v square cos theta into OB. Okay, again OB is nothing but, it is again angle theta and x relation is there. So OB will be nothing but x upon cos theta, x upon cos theta. So W into x sine theta, W into x sine theta will be equal to Fn, which is in anti-clockwise direction, Fn into OB, which is nothing but, OB is nothing but x upon cos theta, x upon cos theta. So if you see, Fn is already rho a v square cos theta into x upon cos theta. So cos theta gets cancelled. So it is rho a v square into x, that is the moment of Fn, and W, it is already, we have seen that W into x sine theta. Okay, so that is the moment, okay, for the weight. So if you equate this, rho a v square into x is equal to W into x sine theta. Okay, so if you see in this diagram, so the component Fx is rho a v square into cos theta, rho a v square into cos theta into x upon cos theta, x upon cos theta. So that was the distance, okay, for this OB. So cos theta get cancelled. That's why it was only rho a v square into x. That is for Fn. And for W into this distance, which is x sine theta. So it is W into x sine theta is equal to rho a v square into x. W into x sine theta is equal to rho a v square into x. So that's why sine theta is equal to, you can say x will get cancelled, rho a v square upon W. So it's very simple. You have to apply simple mechanics principle and trigonometry relations. So sine theta ready-made value you are getting rho a v square upon W. So you have to, if in the numerical you are only given the value of weight of the plate and the velocity of the jet, okay, area of the jet, that is nothing but diameter of the jet, you can easily calculate sine theta. So only one formula you have to remember, you can calculate the angle of swing. And if the angle of swing is given theta, then you can easily calculate W. So either or you can calculate. Let us see the numerical. A jet of water of 2.5 centimeter diameter moving with a velocity of 10 meter per second strikes a hinged square plate of weight 98.1 Newton at the center of the plate. The plate is of uniform thickness. Find the angle through which the plate is swing. So it's very simple. The formula is straightforward. Sine theta is equal to rho a v square upon W. So you have to find angle theta here. So you know rho, you know a. Indirectly it is pi by 4 d square. Diameter is given. You know velocity, it is given as 10 meter per second. Okay, diameter is also given as 0.025 meter. So you can calculate rho a v square upon W. W is given as 98.1 Newton. So once you know all these values, you can easily calculate theta, which is coming as 29.96 degrees. Okay, so let us see another case also. That is we have to calculate the W, weight W, provided we are given with the angle theta. Okay, so a jet of water 30 mm diameter strikes a hinged square plate at its center with a velocity of 20 meter per second. The plate is deflected through an angle of 20 degree. Find the weight of the plate. If the plate is not allowed to swing, what will be the force required at the lower edge of the plate to keep the plate in vertical position? Now some extension of the problem is given. Let us initially find what is the weight of the plate. We have the formula sine theta is equal to rho a v square upon W. Okay, rho a v square upon W. So theta is given here, sine of 20. Sine of 20 is equal to rho is 1000 into area. You can calculate pi by 4 d square. D is 0.03 meter. So you put the value of area into velocity is v square, that is 20 square. That is equal to 20 into 20 divided by W. So you can easily calculate W from this formula. So sine 20 is equal to 282.72 upon W, which will give you W as 282.72 upon sine of 20, which is 826.6 Newton. Okay, so this is the half of the problem. Next, it is said that once the jet is striking to the plate, so the plate is going to swing through that angle theta. But now what will happen if you are not allowing that plate to swing? Okay, so you are applying some force at the edge of the plate, not allowing that plate to swing. So what will the amount of force to stop that plate from moving? So in the next slide we'll see that this is the hinge, okay, O, and this is the force exerted by the jet on the plate, and this is the force P you are applying at the bottom of the plate, which will not allow that plate to move in this direction, okay, or it will restrict the motion of the plate, okay, or it will restrict to for the swing of the plate. So this force P, you can simply apply the momentum equation or moment equation for taking moment about the hinge O, okay, and taking equilibrium conditions, and you can calculate the force P. Okay, so it is Fx, okay, Fx into this distance will be equal to P into this distance. That will be the equilibrium condition. So Fx is nothing but F, here it is taken as into this distance is h by 2, and P into h, that is taken as in the anticlockwise direction. So you can calculate, we want to find P, so P is equal to F into h upon 2 into h. So HH will get cancelled. F you know that is the force in x direction, it is rho a v square. So it is rho a v square upon 2. So force you have to calculate as rho a v square by 2. You know velocity v, area a, and density rho. So you can easily calculate the force P. So P you have to apply 141.36. Here you have to note that Here the force is double of this 141.36. so at the center of the plate you have to apply more force. Okay, that's why when you are applying the force at some distance to the plate, you require some less force to be applied at the edge of the plate. So the same force if you want to apply at this position, okay, it will not work. Okay, you have to apply an equal amount of Fx at this force, okay, from your side. So that is the benefit, okay, of applying the force, okay, at the you can say the edge of the plate. Okay. So this is about the hinge plate. Now let us quickly move towards the next, that is the next case, that is the case C. Okay, we have seen case A and case B. Case A was for the stationary plate. There were three cases: vertical flat plate, inclined flat plate, and the curved plate. Okay, curved plate for the stationary or fixed plates. Now let us see for moving plates. For moving plates, the same cases we are going to repeat. Only the plate, instead of being fixed, it is now moving. Okay, so now when it is moving, the plate is also having some velocity u in this case. Now because the plate is having velocity u and the jet is having the absolute velocity v, okay, so the absolute velocity v and the plate velocity u, it creates some relative component of velocity, that is called as the relative velocity, which is given by v minus u. And here the relative velocity comes into picture, okay, because the plate is not fixed. That's why the jet with respect to plate, it is coming with velocity v. But now if the plate is moving with itself is moving with velocity u, then the velocity of the jet with respect to plate will be v minus u. V minus u. So the condition will be same. Only the velocity instead of absolute velocity you have to consider the relative velocity, and the formula will remain same. Now only the wherever you are taking the absolute velocity, you have to take it as a relative velocity. So here let us see the relative velocity of the jet is v minus u. Okay, so the mass of water striking the jet will also be rho a into v minus u. Rho a into v minus u. Relative velocity you have to take. And the force exerted by the jet on the moving plate in the direction of the jet, it is given by again rate of change of momentum, which is nothing but mass of water striking the jet per second, rho a v minus u, into initial velocity minus final velocity. Now initial velocity you have to take the relative velocity v minus u, relative velocity with respect to plate before striking. Before striking the plate, the velocity will be v minus u. But after striking to the plate in x direction, the plate and jet will move with the same velocity. The plate and jet will move with the same velocity. That will not be v minus u. There will be no any relative component between the plate and the jet. That's why the velocity of the jet, okay, with respect to plate after striking will be 0. Relative velocity I am saying. Relative velocity will be 0. Plate will move with velocity u, but the relative velocity will be 0, and that's why the relative velocity is taken as 0 in this case, and that is the very important term that you have to understand in case of moving plates. So the formula is changed as fx, which was rho a v square for the stationary flat vertical plate. It is now becoming as a rho a v minus u bracket square, or rho a v minus u bracket square. So everywhere we are going to replace this v by v minus u, okay, as far as single plate is concerned. Okay, so in this case the work done will be nothing but force into velocity, because in the previous case the plate was stationary, so there was no work done involved. Now there was no velocity to the plate, that's why work done was 0. Now in this case work done will be there, that's why you have to consider work done, and work done is coming, that means you have to consider the output and input, that is nothing but efficiency. So efficiency is nothing but output of the jet per second upon input of the jet per second. Now what will be the input of the jet and what will be the output? Output will be nothing but the work done on the plate, that is the motion of the plate, and input will be nothing but the energy supplied to the jet. Okay, now while supplying the energy to the jet, you have to consider the absolute velocity, and while obtaining the work from the jet, okay, on the plate, you have to consider the relative velocity. So the efficiency of jet formula, okay, in detail the work done and efficiency formula we'll see in the next lecture. Okay, thank you.